Homeschooling can cause an extreme amount of negative effects on your child, assisted with few positive effects. Now, only 3.3% of American children, K through 12, are homeschooled. Therefore, though the data I have is accurate, it could be a little difficult to produce precise answers. Many parents think that homeschooling their kid can provoke a more thorough education, but I personally have grown up next to one of my very best friends who is homeschooled and is completely socially awkward, struggles academically, though we share the same hobbies such as sports and even academic interests. My first point, homeschooling definitely takes its toll on being socially advanced. 80% of children who are homeschooled at some point, K through 12, have difficult times fitting in to the collegiate population. Reason being, they don't participate in extracurricular activities such as sports. Sports is the main one, but even any sort of extracurricular activity can help produce better social skills and get the kid out into the world and communicating with the general public more, and even people their age more, is important. My second idea, the fact of the matter is parents don't have the same expertise that teachers do. Though they're teaching the same curriculum, students tend to learn better from teachers, number one, because they don't live with them, and they may have a little more respect or a different type of respect for them. And though parents think that they know the same amount as teachers do, and they may, teachers, they're more experienced and they show that they're trained more on a yearly basis. A big fact, 48% of homeschooled kids in high school score less on the ACT, SAT than public educated kids. 48% is a huge number. That is a very big fact. There's also a math gap in the homeschooling world in algebra. Algebra 1, Algebra 2 requires immense practicing and repetition to master. You're not really offered that in homeschooling. You may be, but typically homeschool kids cover the material and then move on and do whatever they want with their day, which is very nice. That math gap can really affect post-collegiate jobs, can make you more familiar with your work, the more you master early. My third idea, this is positive effects of being homeschooled, and they're very understandable. Given some students live in a very rural area, they may spend more in gas to get to school than it's really worth to be at school. The National Harry Association says, and this is quoted, taxpayers spend an average of $11,732 per kid in public schools. Homeschooling kids are only about $600 is spent on their education. So it's definitely cheaper to be homeschooled. You just pay a price for your education. Another positive effect is learning your own way and at your own desire, your own type of learning. Many kids like visual learning or even hands-on or auditorial learning. And so homeschooling is not worth the overall damage it does to your kids. Being socially awkward, academically slow, doesn't nearly outweigh the good in homeschooling when your child goes to college. When homeschooling your child, it is crucial to take into consideration that you are utterly responsible for your child's education. And another big point is some states, and this is specific, state specific, some require you to teach the same curriculum as public schools, and some don't necessarily require the same exact curriculum that others do. says here, thebestsleep.org says, for over 50% of states now are requiring their kids to take the same ACT or SAT testing, which kind of brings them back to reality after their testing or after their curriculum is finished. And overall, homeschooling is not worth what the negative effects does to your child.